Oh, it's another artist out here that's running around going crazy. HoneyKomb Brazy. He went on Vlad, and I interview him as well
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I used to like it.
Super talented guy. Sometimes, I mean, he admitted to me he has mental issues, but he went on Vlad and threatened you.
He mentally, yeah, we all got mental issues. But one thing I know, crazy people don't know they crazy. He know he crazy. Real crazy people don't know they crazy. I done been to the crazy house before. He just playing, he been to jail. He been to jail. I've been to the real mental asylum, where the worst of the worst, and I was let him lay in my bed because I was scared to say, homie, that's my bed. Yeah, he was tall too, and he was talking to his mama. I let him lay there and talk to his mama, and went there and sat in the living room with the crazy looking women. He been to jail, so he really don't know what crazy is. Why? He got out. All the I know that really mentally went to jail don't go and come out. They stay a little longer for catching new cases and getting in trouble.
I mean, he said he's over 50 people.
I don't believe.
Charleston White is back in headlines. And this time his comment about HoneyKomb Brazy have people wondering if the situation is getting way too personal. Instead of slowing down, Charleston doubled down with even more controversial statements. And now social media is split right down the middle. Some people think he's simply trolling, while others believe he's pushing things further than he should. During the conversation, Charleston questioned HoneyKomb Brazy's reputation and argued that people who are truly dangerous usually don't spend their time constantly talking about it. According to him, real threats don't come with warnings, and that's why he isn't easily convinced by the image some rappers try to project online. Those comments immediately sparked debate among viewers. The discussion became even more intense when Charleston started bringing up HoneyKomb Brazy's late grandparents, a subject many fans consider extremely sensitive. He suggested that if someone really lived a lifestyle they claimed, their actions after such a tragedy would have looked much different. Those remarks quickly became one of the most talked about moments from the interview. A lot of fans weren't comfortable with that line of criticism. Many pointed out that losing close family members affects everyone differently, and nobody can honestly say how another person should react to grief. Others argued that repeatedly mentioning someone's deceased relatives is only going to create more tension between both sides. Charleston continued by questioning stories that have circulated over the years about what HoneyKomb Brazy supposedly did following those tragic events. He claimed he never personally saw enough evidence to support many of those rumors and said he wasn't willing to accept every story being repeated online without proof. That immediately led to another round of arguments across social media. At the same time, supporters of HoneyKomb Brazy pushed back, saying people process trauma in private and don't owe the internet an explanation. They argued that just because every move wasn't documented publicly doesn't mean nothing happened behind the scenes. As usual, the audience found itself divided over which version made more sense. Charleston also suggested that if he personally experienced a public family tragedy, he would step away from cameras instead of remaining active online. In his opinion, healing should come before public appearances. Whether people agreed or disagreed, his comment added another layer to an already heated conversation. Another topic that came up was HoneyKomb Brazy's reported connection to mob ties. Charleston has publicly criticized people associated with that circle before. So many viewers believe that history plays a role in why he continues targeting HoneyKomb Brazy. Whether that's actually the reason remains open to interpretation. But plenty of fans think there's more behind this feud than simple internet drama. The interview then shifted toward Charleston's own reputation. He spoke about his legal firearm permit and discussed past incidents where he claimed he defended himself after feeling threatened. He made it clear that if someone approached him with bad intentions, he wouldn't hesitate to protect himself. Those statements immediately grabbed attention because of how direct they were. Charleston also addressed criticism surrounding his mental health, saying people often misunderstand his behavior. He argued that many labels placed on him don't accurately explain who he is or how he thinks. Regardless of whether people believed him, the comments added fuel to the ongoing debate about his public persona. When asked about recent confrontations, Charleston described an encounter where someone allegedly recognized him, but chose to pull out a phone instead of approaching him physically. He laughed at the situation and suggested that many people are more interested in recording a viral moment than actually following through with their threats. The host pointed out that today's rap culture often revolves around social media attention, with artists sometimes trying to create viral moments outside of music. Charleston agreed that many online personalities act differently once cameras are rolling compared to how they behave in real life. As the interview continued, Charleston insisted that despite years of people threatening him online, very few have actually confronted him face-to-face. He claimed that internet talk and real-life actions are completely different things, arguing that many individuals lose confidence when the situation becomes real instead of digital. He even recalled a previous incident where he contacted law enforcement after confrontation, saying he had no problem involving the authorities if necessary. According to Charleston, protecting himself comes first, regardless of how critics feel about his decisions. That stance has always been one of the biggest reasons people either support him or strongly disagree with him. By the end of the discussion, one thing was clear. This feud doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. Charleston White continues making headlines with his outspoken opinions, while HoneyKomb Brazy supporters believe some lines simply shouldn't be crossed. Whether this remains a war of words or turns into something more serious is something fans will be watching very closely. Charleston White wasn't finished there. He went on to explain that, in his view, fear, not anger, is what makes someone react when they feel threatened. He argued that when a person genuinely believes they're in danger, that's when they rely on whatever they have to defend themselves. From there, he shifted his attention back to HoneyKomb Brazy, questioning whether all the tough talk would ever turn into an actual confrontation. The conversation then turned to the idea of settling things in a boxing ring instead of letting the feud continue online. Charleston claimed he'd be willing to step into the ring, insisting he wasn't impressed by the image HoneyKomb Brazy presents. He even mocked his opponent's athletic ability, saying the outcome wouldn't be close if they ever faced each other under organized rules. The host pushed back on that point, reminding viewers that not everyone involved in street disputes is interested in boxing. He explained that many people connected to that lifestyle don't see a sanctioned fight as the answer, especially when emotions are already running high. That quickly shifted the discussion from sportsmanship back to the reality of how these conflicts usually unfold. Another topic soon entered the conversation when Donkey Wild and Rallo were brought up. The host asked Charleston whether HoneyKomb Brazy crossed a line by publicly revealing allegations involving Rallo and Donkey Wild's personal life. Instead of avoiding the question, Charleston gave a direct opinion and argued that exposing information like that only creates more problems. Charleston said that if someone keeps a secret for years and only reveals it after a friendship falls apart, it raises questions about their motives. In his view, waiting until a disagreement happens before speaking up makes it look less like honesty and more like an attempt to hurt someone. He repeated that once private matters become public during an argument, trust has already been broken. The host acknowledged that the situation was complicated, pointing out that many people would feel conflicted if they found out important information had been hidden from them for so long. At the same time, he questioned whether bringing it up publicly was the right decision. That balance between loyalty and revenge became one of the biggest talking points of the interview. Charleston continued by saying that once personal accusations start getting thrown around online, it becomes difficult to know what's true and what's simply being said to damage someone's reputation. He encouraged viewers not to believe every story they hear on social media, arguing that emotions often take over once former friends become enemies. To explain his point, Charleston compared certain friendships to dealing with dangerous animals. He said some people can be loyal one day and unpredictable the next, making it impossible to know when a relationship might suddenly turn against you. According to him, that's why he tries to stay away from situations where personal conflicts can quickly become public drama. As the discussion wrapped up, Charleston made it clear that he believes old secrets should stay buried if someone chose to keep them hidden for years. In his opinion, revealing those details only after falling out says more about the person sharing the information than the person they're accusing. Whether viewers agreed with that logic or not, it sparked plenty of debate. With that, the interview came to an end, but the conversation surrounding Charleston White, HoneyKomb Brazy, Donkey Wild, and Rallo is far from over. The back and forth continues to fuel discussion across social media, with supporters on every side defending their favorite personalities. Now it's your turn. Who do you think made the stronger argument, and who crossed the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update.